In the summer of 2014, hundreds of Tumblr users gathered in Illinois for a weekend of fandom, friendship, and chaos. The convention so mismanaged, so absurd that its legacy lives on in a single inflatable plastic pool filled with ball pit balls and internet disbelief. Welcome to DashCon. DashCon was a convention that promised community and fan culture, and delivered existential dread and a $17,000 emergency fundraiser live on stage. Yeah, it's that bad. It's 2013 and Tumblr is at arguably its cultural peak. Supernatural is still airing, Sherlock is breaking hearts, and fandom crossovers are basically religion. And someone somewhere says, you know what would make this even better? An IRL convention. So 3 organizers announced DashCon, a grassroots convention put on for Tumblr users by Tumblr users. It's night 1 of the convention. Attendance is far lower than expected, possibly in the hundreds rather than thousands, according to later reports. Then suddenly the organizers get on stage and announce something no one was ready for. Hey everyone, unless we pay the hotel $17,000 in the next hour, they're shutting us down. No, this isn't a bit.
We currently have a donation button up on our website, and any little bit helps. $10, $1, anything helps for us to stay here until the rest of the weekend. Unfortunately, this is something that has been completely out of our control. This is not something that we foresaw, and this is not something that we expected by any sort of means.
We're trying to handle it with as much grace as possible, but we do not want to let the system beat us at this point. Because everybody's having a very good time until about 5 minutes ago.
Multiple attendees and news reports confirmed that DashCon staff asked for $17,000 in emergency donations to cover hotel fees. So they literally passed around buckets, like collecting communion at church.
This cash will separate. Yes, we have donation cash.
And asked teenagers to cough up cash so they could somehow raise $17,000. I don't know what teenager is like carrying more than $20 on them, especially at a Tumblr convention. I mean, maybe there was fan art, sure, and like stuff to buy, but like, in what world are you actually putting together $17,000? At least, that's what you would think. But they raised the money. Somehow, they raised the money.
I'm donating. I'm legit donating, dude.
The organizer said the hotel demanded an unexpected deposit. The hotel denied that version, implying DashCon had simply failed to pay as agreed, and no definitive paper trail was ever made public. So we can't say for sure, and we still don't know to this day. What we can say though is that the whole thing opened the floodgates to a massive wave of Tumblr memes and criticism. But the whole "we need $17,000 right now," that's not even the end of it. Arguably, DashCon's biggest draw was Welcome to Night Vale, but they never showed up.
Okay, so basically, I know you guys have been waiting for an extremely long time, but unfortunately what I have to tell you guys is that basically Night Vale just walked.
What?
Okay, if everyone would like to collectively, groan and sigh together, that's what I've been doing, so we can take a second to do that. So on 3, we're all gonna sigh together, okay? So 1, 2. Give me
back my money!
What happened was they wanted everything up front, and they didn't want to wait until after their panel, like we had to go run to a bank, and they refused to wait until after their panel to let us give them the rest. So I don't really know what to tell you guys about that.
When organizers couldn't pay their appearance fee or their travel fees, they understandably pulled out. And this was confirmed by the Night Vale team themselves. But surely everyone got a refund, right? No. Afterwards, many attendees came out and said they were refused refunds. But don't worry, there's a silver lining. They were offered other consolidation prizes, like an extra hour in the ball pit. Unlike Welcome to Night Vale's guest appearance, the ball pit was real. but it wasn't all they made it out to be. It was a small inflatable kiddie pool filled with cheap plastic balls in a massive convention hall. Like, if they had put it in a smaller room, it might have looked slightly better, but the fact that it was as small as it was in this massive room and nothing else was in the room around it made it look just that much more depressing. It's so sad. So naturally, that image went viral and became the emblem of the con's failure. There was even a rumor going around that someone peed in the 2-foot wide ball pit, and that was never confirmed, but it quickly became baked into the internet lore of the situation. After the con, the internet did what it does best: investigate and mock. Organizers deleted their socials. In the end, it seemed less like a scam and more like really impressive incompetence. And this was the era of internet conventions going wrong and people kind of realizing that putting on a convention is actually a lot of work when it comes to safety, event planning, all that stuff. At least there was an extra hour in the ball pit. They were planning to do a DashCon 2015, but that crashed and burned as quickly as the OG. There's no shot that was ever gonna happen. But luckily for DashCon, legends never die. DashCon 2 happened this year in 2025, but it wasn't official. The original organizers were not involved, and instead it was more of a fan tribute to commemorate and remember the disastrous event. And compared to the original, DashCon 2 seemed to have gone way better than the original. And yeah, the second one had a ball pit too.